Hello, welcome to Popular on RC, the RC car channel dedicated to RC car racing. And here we are at Indoor Raceway Stevenage, Carpet Legends. I think this is round 4 actually. Track looks absolutely amazing. As you can see behind me, this is going to be a quick track today. In previous weeks, there's been sort of some quite tight technical sections, whereas this one seems open and flowing, which is going to make the fronty class very interesting. So here it is, the FT9, one of my favourite cars actually. I'm really enjoying running this at the moment. It's done quite a few meets. I'm starting to develop a little bit of slop in the front end, so it might need a bit of a service, but I just want to bring your attention over here. So Volalo sent me this out this week, which is a nice little set of tools which I'm using today. So big thank you to you. So I've got a full set of tools to keep my car in pristine condition. So yeah, as I say, there's a little bit of slop there, so I think there's a little bit of work I need to do at the front end. Okay, so straight out for me now, and it is round 1 of qualifying. For me, it was about getting to know the track. There was not a lot of grip, so as you can see there, the back end stepping out. But you know what? It was a really good, easy, flowing track to get round. It was about finding the fastest lines to get round and qualify as high as possible. So as you can see here, all the cars are very evenly matched in a straight line, so it's going to make for some close racing later on today. So Alex knows a thing or two about car setup. This is my FT9. How's it looking?
It's a bit high on the rear. It shouldn't really be able to do that. We'll try and sort it out today.
Alright, so round number 2, and the grip started to come up, so I was doing some quite clean laps actually. I was really pleased with my consistency. Again though, it was trying to negotiate some of the other cars. We're so evenly matched, and it's very difficult to sort of get around the track without finding yourself sharing it with another sort of member of the race, as it were. But the car is actually really predictable, really safe to drive, and I'm really enjoying how it's developing through the day. Starting to push pretty hard all the way around the track, so I'm full throttle all the way around, let off slightly just to come into this little S chicane there. Okay, so I was actually having the best run of the day, and then the car just stopped. So I think all it is I've lost a screw, but I'm going to have a quick look and see where the problem lies.
30 seconds to the start of the race.
Fortunately for me, it was just a screw come undone, so I've put a little bit of old Loctite on the screw, screwed it back in. Seems to be good, so hopefully, all I want today is 26
15
laps.
seconds to
So we're back out on track, car is fixed, and this is the last round of qualifying. So I am having to string everything together, everything that I've learned throughout the day. Qualifying today is FTQ, so it is your fastest run that counts. Again, there is a really grippy line, but as you see there, when you come off the grippy line, there is a lot of dirt, and you kind of lose a little bit of grip. So it's really important you try and stick to the racing line as well as possible. But you know what? Really enjoying the car, really able to lean on it and push really hard through all of these turns, negotiating back markers again there, having lots of fun. Okay, so qualifying over. I am sitting, I think, 7th or 8th on the grid in the C final. I think everyone in our race is split by about 12 seconds on the track, so it's going to be a super close, super tight battle. Let's see how we get on. Okay, so we are just getting ready for finals. It is worth saying, like, actually, last time I here, I think I had my favourite final ever. I started on pole and swapped places a couple of times, but I ended up winning both legs of my final. So it's a two-legged final here at this event. The racing in the front is absolutely amazing, super close. Really having to work on racecraft and actually finding the line to get through because the cars are so evenly matched. It makes for amazing racing. And to be honest, I don't care where I come as long as I've had, or I feel I've had, some close racing. As you can see here, more amazing racing on track. These are the touring cars. Again, they were going around a little bit quicker than the front is, but also some really skilled drivers there having some very close battles on the track. As for me, though, I was in the C final, qualified 7th on the grid. And as I said, everyone in my race is super close together in terms of their fastest times in qualifying. So for me, if I can keep it clean, keep out of trouble, and sort of push in the second half of the race, I should be on for a close race. So let's have a look at my final, the first leg. We are. You see, I'm the second to last car on the grid, right at the back there. But we are off and racing. We've got a mistake. We've got two mistakes. I've already made up two places in the first turn of the track. So that puts me up to fifth place now. So I'm in fifth place. I've got a little bit of clean track, but I do know that the cars behind me are quicker. They qualified higher, so I've got to be mindful of the cars coming up behind. But we're stringing out now into a nice line. In this race, Ross was the fastest car by far out in front, and he is going to disappear up the track, which leaves the rest of us in a battle for the spaces. So we've got second, third, fourth through. There I am in fifth place, but sixth and seventh are hot on my heels. We've got some close racing on the track. We're in a three coming through there for fifth, sixth, and seventh. They're putting pressure on behind, but just got to keep my head down, keep my laps nice and clean. We've got a good battle going on ahead of me. So we've got second and third having a cracking battle there with Mike in third, and then it's me in fifth. Again, just behind me, there's another close battle going, but they've made a mistake, which has given me a little bit of space. So, can I push forward now and get onto the heels of the guy in fourth place? Oh, there's a little incident there. So, he's been told he has to give back the position, which has allowed fifth and fourth to jump up to second and third. So now I am in third place. Can I protect the line and keep third place, or can I push on and aim for second? So, as I've mentioned before, these cars are super even and they are very evenly matched on the tracks. Therefore, it all comes down to driver skill to get the move done. I'm going a little bit deep there because I'm pushing a little bit too fast out of that chicane. But this side of the track is where I am doing better. So in terms of the rostrum, I was standing far right of the rostrum, which means I was super quick through this big sweeper and back through this S. Whereas the guys that I'm racing in are up at the other end of the rostrum, up that end, and they've got a much better line and view of those tight turns. So little mistake from me there's allowed second place to disappear up the track. I've got a lot of pressure on behind from fourth place, but I'm currently sitting in third. We've still got quite a long time left of this race. I need to just string together some good, clean laps, taking it nice and tight, the pressure from behind is pretty consistent. So the guy behind me started this race in second. So he is the second fastest car in qualifying, and he's putting a lot of pressure on. So I just need to keep my lines nice and clean. As I say, down this end of the track, I feel like I'm the quicker, whereas at this end of the track, I am struggling to see those far corners. I tend to go a little bit deep onto the straight, which is costing me quite a bit of time, but nice and tight through there. I think we're keeping it pretty even at the moment. I'm more conscious on the car behind me rather than chasing down the car in front, and it's a lot of pressure at this point. But I think Mike in second has made a little mistake because I seem to be a little bit closer now. I think we've got back markers in the mix as well. So coming through, we've overtaken a couple. The back markers got out of the way, letting through second, third, and fourth. We are doing the best we can to keep this clean, and the pressure is still coming from behind. I am starting to make inroads on the car in second place, but the pressure hasn't let up from behind. I've got about a minute left of this race now, so I'm going to have to really start to push, take some risks if I want to bump myself up into the two spot. Starting from seventh, I'm already happy with where I've come. The pressure from behind there really closing into that turn. We were on completely different lines, but that is really smooth through the S's there. And I seem to have pulled up a little bit of space on the car in second. A slight mistake from the guy in fourth has given me a breather, so now I can focus on the car in front of me, ignoring the car behind. It's time to put the pressure on and see what happens. I'm starting to press and take some risks. I'm hitting pop dots and keeping it super tight. So again, nice and tight there, really close to the pop dots, much cleaner lines from me, but I've gone deep coming onto the straight, which has cost me. Coming through this section, I'm closed up again. This is a great race. We've only got a couple of minutes left to go. I feel like I've got the edge. I just need to get a little bit tighter on a couple of these apexes. There we go, super tight. And that's closed up the gap yet again. So can I get up the inside? Not quite. Trying again for this last move, but I've clipped the apex, trying to get the move done. Unfortunately, it wasn't quite enough. So that is from seventh to third. What a race. So, what an amazing day's racing I had at Indoor Raceway Stevenage. For me, though, it was definitely the fronty class, which was the highlight of the day. In all finals, obviously, here's some footage from the A final. Again, the racing was super close, super technical. It was just fun to watch as well as take part in. I said earlier on in the video that my last race at this event was one of my favourite races. But I think today, working my way up from seventh to third was probably more exciting. I really enjoyed the battle that I was having on the track. Lovely move up the inside there, by the way. Just got distracted watching the racing. Anyway, I've had a fantastic day yet again here at Indoor Raceway Stevenage for the Carpet Legends. We've got one more race left to go. And then later on in the year, I believe they're busting out an extra carpet and they're going to be growing the track for a 2 day event. Unfortunately, I'm unable to make that one because I'm already booked into another competition. I would really like to have run my fronty at that competition. In terms of the fronty, obviously I'm running the FT9. I have noticed that Schumacher have recently released the Vibe FT, which I am very tempted to get hold of actually, just as a comparison to see how it compares and how it performs on the track. So that might be something you will see in the future. But for the time being, I'm going to stick with my FT9. If I do get the Vibe, it might be that I head down to the King of Clubs series because that's an outdoor series, and I'll keep my FT as my indoor car, maybe run the Vibe FT as an outdoor car. In terms of my second leg of the final, again, I started on seventh, and there was a few less crashes up above, but I ended up working my way up to fourth, and I spent most of the race actually sandwiched between Mike. So I was the meat in a Mike sandwich. I had a cracking battle on the race. You can see here is the three of us pretty much stayed like this for about 3 minutes of the race. So if you like on-road racing, I know I've been an advocate for Tamiya trucks and a Tamiya TTO racing in the past, but for me personally, right now, I am having so much fun running in the fronty class. So until the next time, like, subscribe, hit the old ding dong bell, and we'll see you in another video.